Hey everyone, it's Jodi here. Welcome. Happy Monday morning. How is everyone today? Please type something in. Tell me how you are. Tell me if you like this topic. Sometimes you come on live, you don't see that there's a topic. Today's topic is how to prioritize life essentials. We all need this right now, is how to prioritize life essentials, because there is so much coming at us in this world. Good morning. There's so much coming at us in this world. There's so much that we're processing, especially us sensitive folks. There's so much out there that we're processing. There's so many people who would love our time and attention. We need our time and attention. Our family needs our time and attention, our clients, our friends, and really basically the world, even strangers on there, would love a bit of a comment on social media, something to lift them up. We're seeking out some support. And so I thought I'd have a topic today about how to prioritize what we need the most. So I kind of picked 3 things that we need the most, but as usual, these are really general things and there's a lot inside of them. So don't forget to tell me how you're doing. Good morning, Stanley. Don't forget to tell me how you're doing. I'm here every Monday and at 11 a.m. Eastern. So that's like New York time. And usually come up with a topic, but this is your time. So you could interrupt me and type in something that you've been wanting to ask, wanting to know, being curious about, been pondering. This is your time. This is live coaching. So I will give me as much info as you can. I know it's public, but this is, if you're not a private client with mine, this is the one place you could ask me questions. All right. And also, as you know, a lot of you know who follow me, which are probably the 5 of you that are on here right now. I'm opening an online school and community called Earth Wisdom for Higher Consciousness. And I thought I would be ready today, but it's not ready. It's almost almost ready. But everyone, it's free to participate. So that'll be really nice. There is some higher level programs in there, but there's some free things in there for all of you. So I cannot wait to let you all in. I'm just giving you a little sneak peek here. But we're talking about, and what this online school and community is what is essential. So it's personal development, professional development, self-care, overall how to create your life in a way that it supports you so that you can do your life mission, so that you can live out your life purpose, which for most of us is making the world a better place, even if it's little things. Like most of our mission is somehow in some capacity. I mean, you might be an artist, so you might be creating something, or you might be just caring for your parents, or you may be just raising your kids, or you may be a teacher, a nurse, or a counselor. And so we're all kind of here on a mission trying to make things a little bit better for the people around us. Even if it's not a career choice of yours, often it is what we're doing, right? We're trying to make people's lives a little better than how we found them. Even in the moment, even when you're greeting a friend or commenting on somebody's social media or texting them, if you always think and have that in mind, is like, okay, what would I do in this interaction to leave this person slightly, and it could be the slightest subtleness, upliftedness. What could I do to shift this person's day? The slightest, but they won't even notice. But what can I do? Isn't that great when you think about it that way? All right, let's talk it, because no one's writing, no one's asked me any questions, so feel free to start typing. But let's talk about what are the life essentials that I'm going to talk about in here. And I've outlined 3, and they're kind of comprehensive, so stick with me. All right, so the first one is gratitude. Gratitude is a life essential because it shifts the mind. It shifts the mind from that victim mentality that we are taught to have growing up in Western culture, our deficit mentality. It shifts the mind out of that deficit mentality into a place of gratitude. And when you see the miracles coming, more miracles come. So if you're grateful for even the little things, more stuff comes. Hi, Rishima. Nice to meet you. So if you think about, if you see the gratitude, if you have gratitude, it's like opening your eyes to see more good stuff coming at you. It's countering that cultural deficit mentality that we've been raised in. So that is essential. How to prioritize this life essential? What? How do you prioritize something? You do it first in your day. What if your day started with some kind of gratitude practice? And that could even be before you even open your eyes and you're still in bed, all cuddled up. Hopefully you're cuddled and warm under the covers. But if you started and you had that awareness, like, okay, morning, I'm awake, and you said, thank you. Like, it could be that simple to prioritize a gratitude practice, to be like, thank you. And in your mind, you might tick off a couple things that you're thankful for, that you're grateful for. That's how you start. What if we started the day like that? And then what if we ended the day like that? You know, anytime we do something in the beginning or end of an activity or of the day, it has more meaning because it's special. And so that's how you prioritize an essential. Now, gratitude, you're like, is that essential? Is that, you know, do I need it to survive? I'm going to say a big yes. You need it to thrive in life. Because we're in this culture that trains us to look at what we don't have and look at what we can't do and what we're not able to do. And so I'll just post this because it's so beautiful. Thank you. And if we shift our energy in the beginning of the day and the end of the day, if we prioritize that, it shifts the whole rest of our day so that we thrive more in life. Okay, yeah, there's survival and then there's thriving, but you can't separate the two. Really, we want to thrive so that we survive better when we thrive. We connect more, we feel good, we take opportunities, we take care of ourselves better. And so it is hugely connected to our survival, if you think about it like that. All right, great. So gratitude, prioritize gratitude. Do it first and last in your day. Easy. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. All right. So number 2, and please go ahead, type if you have any questions for me, go ahead. Please share this video. I think a lot of people need to hear this right now because we need to know how to shine right now, because there's a lot of stuff that kind of is heavy on us. There's like grayness. We're like in the clouds. There's a lot to navigate with this pandemic. There's a lot of collective trauma, which is bringing out our own personal trauma. This is a huge time, and don't underestimate. Don't be like, I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't. Why? There is a lot of reasons to feel the way we do. And I wish you only knew that you are in good company, because there's so many other people feeling the same way. I don't mean a good company because it's like something to celebrate. We're all suffering, and we need to really understand really the neurobiology of what's happening, so we stop blaming ourselves for how we feel right now, because it is coming from the context of this pandemic and all of the consequences of the changes of our life. Thanks for sharing. So, okay, so first one, gratitude, prioritize it in our day. Number 2, rest. Rest. You deserve to rest. Like, we think we don't deserve to rest because we think our worth comes from all the things we accomplished. That's that same deficit mentality that has us looking at all the things we do wrong. Like, we've grown up in our culture having that. Don't think for a second you're the only one who has that idea. Everyone does. It's been in culture. That's where you have that idea. But we could counter it, knowing that we need rest. We are limited. You know, this soft human body is limited, and we do need to put rest in our days or in our weeks. And rest could look like so many different things, but rest needs to be prioritized. If it's not prioritized, all the other, it's like a house of cards, everything you have in your life. And if you don't have the rest, well, if you don't have the rest, it's a house of cards, because that means it's really fragile. If you have the rest, it is like a robust steel building. And if you don't have the rest, everything else that you try to do for yourself, all of your self-care is fragile and unsustainable. So you need to prioritize rest. How do you do that? Try to go to sleep at the same time every day and wake up at the same time every day, even if not everything is done. I know sometimes you can't do that. It depends on the context of your life. But if you're not able to sleep because you don't get things done, then you need to create a different structure in your day, which will lead us to number 3. But you'll need to create a different structure in your day so that you get things done and prioritize sleep and rest. So that would be really, really important to prioritize sleep and rest. So that's number 2. Number 3 is creating a structure to support you. Now, creating a structure to support you could mean so many different things. It could mean having things handy. You know, like your kitchen, you put the silverware in the top drawer in the center, right? So, because you're always going in the silverware drawer, so you want it really, really handy. You wouldn't put it like down on the bottom, like inside a cupboard that you have to reach back each time. No, you put the silverware in the top central drawer. So that is a structure that we do to support ourselves. So number 3, prioritizing life essentials is creating structure. So that can mean your physical structure. You have a plug where it'd be handy to plug your phone in. You have light where you need light, right? You have beauty where you need beauty. It's clean. Like there's different structures that really support our mind and support our physical body. You have good food in the fridge. So when you're hungry, you don't, have junk food, you have good food, right? These are structures. So this is a vast one. These are structures that you want in your life that help support all of your bodies. So your spiritual body, your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, you want structures in your day to support all of those so that you don't have to, you're not in survival mode. Without those structures, you're in survival mode. So this could be community, friends. This could be, that's why I started this online community. So people could be like off social media sometimes where there's a lot of negativity and conflict, and they could be somewhere that's safe and private for them to connect with other people. So community. This has been the biggest thing that's hindered in our life since the pandemic is our sense of community. And everything has changed in this arena, but it is a structure that we need to survive and thrive. Not just thrive, survive. Like we're social beings and we need other humans to survive. We could not survive alone. And definitely that's why the emotional piece craves community so much, because physically and biologically we need that. And so that comes from this ancient, evolved biology of needing to be around other people. This is not that you're needy and not independent. Independence is an idea that's really recent in the human world. It's not natural for humans to be independent in any way, shape, or form. So stop judging yourself to that standard because it's ridiculous and it's so harmful. All right, so support structure. So I guess I could really do videos and videos and videos on this support structure because there's so many different ways you could do it. But in general, you need to if you're not doing well, if you're struggling right now, you need to prioritize these 3 things and they will shift. Okay, that's work. You have to keep it up and it's work, but you have to prioritize these things among all others. I could also add relationships in here, but I'm going to put that inside the support structure. Relationships are a priority. And being goal-oriented. Our minds want that challenge, want to do something, want to be goal-oriented. Well, I could keep going on and on, but is there any questions at all for me? Ooh, thanks for sharing. Stanley says, gratitude is hard for me, but I think I can say thank you in the morning, at night, at the very least. Yes. And who are you thanking? You're thanking yourself for your presence. You're thanking God. If you're spiritual, I don't know what you call your higher power. You might be thanking, your spirit guides or the land that you're on and the ancestors in the land or your own ancestors. Those are all really wonderful ways to connect and to more than just you, right? When we connect with the gratitude, we're actually there's like a reciprocity relationship here. And it's like, doing these things to take care of yourself. You could call it self-care, you could call it discipline. And my friend just wrote a post and she was talking about discipline versus devotion. And how discipline, we think we need discipline to do these self-care things or morning routines. We need that discipline. And discipline for us has a little bit of a connotation of sacrifice. Like we have to discipline, it's like something we have to do, responsible for. Even though when we're disciplined to do our spiritual practice every morning, we get something out of it. For some reason, it feels like when we use that word discipline, it feels like it's a sacrifice and it's one way. And so she started using and thinking about the word devotion, where there's like a reciprocity. So even the way you make meaning around that, it's the same, could be the same practice, but the way you make meaning around that practice, thinking of it as a devotion, because if you think of the word devotion, I don't know about you, but when I think of the word devotion, I think about that, that in my giving of gratitude, of love, of, intentions, I'm receiving back this, I don't know, I keep using the word like nectar, like there's that nectar, there's something I'm receiving, but I can't put words to it yet. I was just making some videos for my school, and I think I used the word nectar like a couple times, but it's just about like, it's like a soft, warm support that feels like uplifting. And like the nectar feels like, I don't know, like luxurious self-care. Not luxurious like I'm luxurious and people are feeding me, but luxurious of like held. It's like someone hugging you. That's what I mean, right? I can't really find the words. Thank you so much, Aja. I don't know if that's you're just your handle or that's your names. I don't know your name, but thank you so much. I'm so happy. I hope you come in my school when I open it. Charlie says, I make my bed first thing in the morning to give me a task. Give me a task to complete. Yes, they have done studies and written whole books about making your bed and the difference that this makes to your day if you get that one task done. Because when you make your bed, I always make my bed, always. And when you make your bed and look at it, or pick up your clothes from last night or whatever you do, you are setting the stage. And it's actually, there's an invigoration process that happens. So when you have some productivity, so if you do something little and have productivity and notice that productivity and are grateful for it, or like even in a moment, like, oh, that's made. Like even that little celebration or that acknowledgement that you did something actually feeds energy. And then it helps you do the next and the next. I just realized I forgot to change the color on the camera and I'm gray again. I finally figured out how to soften the color on the camera. Do you see the difference there? I just did it. But I forgot to do it today, so I've been gray the whole 20 minutes. All right, everyone, if no one has any questions, I'm going to take off for the day, for the week. I'm not taking off for the week. I have more clients than I've had in a very, very long time. But I'm here. I'll see you on social media, and I will announce it all over the place when this online community happens. What's the topic of the school? What's the topic of what? Today, this video, we're talking about how to prioritize life essentials, and we went over the 3 life essentials that I really wanted you to know the most. So thank you. So everyone, thank you so much for being around and being present. And I have an incense lit for all of you who are here with me live, and everybody who's going to be watching this replay. Please share it, because you never know who really needs to hear that they're not alone and they're understood, and there is a way to feel better, that there is some little tiny things to do, and then you'll have the energy to do the next steps and the next steps and the next steps. All right, thanks so much for being here, and I'll see you next Monday.